the budget of the trade and industries.
May I manifest,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah.
Representative Javi Benitez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, Madam Chair, medyo kinakabahan ako dito. Ang active at tatapang po ating mga kagalang-galang ng mga senators. Palihog lang ko manifest, Mama. Damangihi ko drioy. Okay. Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, as a chairperson of the Special Committee on Creative Industries, may I respectfully bring to your attention the budget for the creative industries. Ano po ito? Klaro ko lang po para nasa dapat pa sa 2026 pero 2027 na po. I would just like to note that the creative industries generated 7.94% of our GDP in 2024. That is equivalent to 1.94 trillion pesos. Further, in 2024, 7.5 million Filipinos were employed in the creative industry sector. So this accounts for 15.4% of the national employment. All of this data demonstrates that the creative industry is one of the fastest growing and most promising sectors in our country. As economist Bernardo Villegas said, the creative industry can serve as an effective stopgap measure for the economy. And I believe, in the meantime, while we build up our STEM capabilities, by providing immediate job creation and stimulating local business activity. And I believe the creative industries is our bright spot for our country. But despite this, the approved budget for the Malikhaing Pinoy program, which is DTI's flagship program for the creative industries, currently stands at a meager 50 million pesos. So nag-request po sila sa DBM to put into the NEP 660 million. Nag-request po sila through the House, HGAB. So it was rejected sa NEP, it was rejected sa HGAB, at rineject po ulit ito sa Senate. So, but it is a far cry from the 660 million pesos. Malayong-malayo po ang budget na inallocate natin para sa creative industries kumpara sa contribution nito sa ating ekonomiya. I also wish to bring to your attention po that this request is not without basis because beginning June 2026, pursuant to Republic Act number 12023 imposing VAT on digital services, the government is projected to generate, it started in June, so the collections for the VAT digital services is about 4 to 5 billion pesos this year. And so that means for 2026, the total collections may bring about 10 billion pesos. So of this, 5% is mandated for the development of the creative industry, amounting to about 500 million pesos. And the law exclusively states that it should go to the creative industries. By providing sufficient funds for the Malikhaing Pinoy program, and or possibility is the Creative Industries Development Fund, we can empower our creatives to do more and contribute more to our GDP. And with additional funding, mas may pakita natin ang creativity at talento ng mga Pilipino sa iba't ibang sektor tulad ng film, music, design, animation, gaming, publishing, fashion, at hanggang digital content. So, Madam and Mr. Chair, I would like to also mention that the Philippines will be hosting the 2026 ASEAN Summit, where the creative industry is one of the key priorities. Ang sabi po ng ating President na BBM is the priority economic development is within the creative industries. And the President proclaimed that the visiting delegates from our ASEAN neighbors will experience the spirit of the Filipino people. We would definitely need more than 50 million if we want to realize the President's promise to warmly welcome our delegates for ASEAN, especially with plans for the Creative Industries Month in September. So, ulitin ko lang po, this representation fully understands the limited to zero fiscal space and to not have a president sa ating BICAM para na lang po ito sa 2027. Ngunit bilang chairman ng Special Committee on Creative Industries, gusto ko lang po i-manifest ito. So, yun lang po at sana sa 2027 na Creative Industries masunod po ang ating batas na bigyan na karapat-dapat na pondo galing sa especially ang collections ng Digital Services VAT. So marami po nagtatanong sa akin, how do we empower our creatives to rival also those in our neighboring ASEAN countries? So kailangan po ng government support and government incentives. So maraming salamat po. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Chair?
Sir Amy.
Sangayon po ako sa sinabi ni Representative Javi Benitez na isang malaking pagkakamali ang iwaksi ang pag-asa at pangarap ng ating mga kabataan na umaasa na lamang sa creative industries para makamtan ang trabaho na ninanais nila. Lumalawak ang mga nawawalan ng trabaho sa ating bansa, higit sa lahat sa mga fresh graduate. Tinanggal na natin yung kalahi seeds, yung sanang transitional phase nila, halos wala ng pera doon. Eto, yung mga gig workers, yung digital jobs, yung creative industry, na ipaglalaban ko na siya ay likas na talento ng Pinoy. Pagkat ang Pilipino ay isang malikhain na tao, puno ng talento at ng sining. Hindi tayo magaling sa agham dahil kulang sa pagkakataon. Wala rin sa atin ang maging malaking sports or atleta, pwera lang sa iilang bahagi ng ating games. Pero wala sigurong tututol sa akin na sadyang malikhain at talentado ang Pinoy. Kaya talagang nakakalungkot na 50 million lang ang dinudulot, samantalang sa iba't ibang bahagi ng budget makikita natin na kalaki-laki ng binibigay. Eto na lamang ang pag-asa, sinira pa.
Madam Chair.
Would you very respond after?
Representative Alan P.
I think I will yield to Congressman Javi first.
Again, Representative Javi Benitez.
Very quickly lang po, I do agree with the good senators. I mean that ang ating natural talent as Filipinos, no, nakikita po yan sa creative industries. And sinasabi po ng ating mga ASEAN neighbors na ang gagaling po ng talent ng ating mga Pinoy. So hopefully ma-support po ito. Ang dami po nagtatanong, especially to compare, I don't mean to compare, but how successful po sa South Korea sa kanilang K-pop, K-drama. Siguro sa ating sa room na to, may mga fans po ng K-pop, K-drama. Ako yung nanay ko po, during the pandemic, nanood ng Crash Landing on You. Ang kanyang wallpaper, si Ji Chang-wook na po. So kung may mga nakilala sa kanya, but I hope the next time, sana na po, Pilipino naman. Thank you.
In fact, actually, I authored and sponsored the Digital Service Provider Law, which carved out 5% from the collection from digital service providers, katulad po ng mga Netflix, ng Amazon Prime. So, pag ngayon nangongolekta na ho ang BIR dito sa mga non-resident digital service providers. Unfortunately, next year hindi nila na-earmark yung 5% to the creative industries, no. So I think because of the there's a timing issue between the implementation of the law and also when the budget was created. But nevertheless, we'll request the Committee on Ways and Means and also the Trade and Industry Committee to look at this. Sayang kasi talagang in-earmark yun. In fact, si Congressman Toff de Venecia ang request to include it in the BICAM of that law. So at pumayag naman yung mga conferees rin. So but nevertheless, merong 200 million na naka-appropriate for the creative industries, no? Hindi pa ito yung 5%, ha? These are just minimum amounts, no? So at least meron ng working figure for the creative industry. Senator
Yes, thank you very much. I was going to mention exactly that the 5% that should be owing to all digital transactions per the bill of our good chairman has not yet been implemented with regard to the creative industries. This is sadly lacking given that so much of the creative sales and purchases are done online. So it's most important that some data is finally obtained and receipts seats are actually produced so that the rightful 5% be endowed, the creatives in this country, surely the very best and most and brightest of the Filipinos.
Madam Chair, quick response po kay Chair Win. Chair Win, we understand, and I understand that is why when I asked in the first day of DBCC sa House budget briefings, I requested the commitment of then Secretary Recto and then Secretary Pangandaman of the DOF and the DBM respectively, if they may be able to commit for 2026, but they said that it will be more eligible for 2027 because of the timing issue. So thank you, Chair Win, and I earnestly hope, I'm optimistic for the following year. Thank you so much.